Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Hind. Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. Today, here's the Canalave Library. I wanted to talk to you. To study at the library, I've taken an interest in the subject of time and space. How convenient that you're in this region, then. Gym leader and trainers in this gym are all to not only train their Pokemon there, but to also work out as well. Why are they gonna go off to, like, an island to work out in a cave? Why are you in the random house for an interview? Favorite Pokemon type from this list? Where's Fairy? I want to pick Fairy. Like either Grass or Ghost. You know what? I'll throw Cerisa Bone here. And they have actually done a mono grass run this game. Here's Sailor Eldritch's house. This is Sailor Eldritch, by the way. It's kind of weird. There's nothing in there, though, so... not gonna bother. I think this is a TM. Don't remember which one it is. It's U-turn. That could be useful on Infernape. Again, Infernape can just learn every single TM that I find. But I don't really think I'm gonna use that. It's a good move in competitive battling, though. Do you want to set sail? Anchors away! Eldritch is kind of an amazing name for him, though. There is a reason for that, but it, like, still makes no sense that it's actually his name. And no, he's not a monster, but whatever. So here we are in Scenic Displays. Don't know if there's random crap to get, but there's a cave here. Or, yeah, this is definitely a cave. This is a cave, and here's a star pice. And over here is a house with a guy sitting in front of it. You are. Okay, you're Kevin. I'm Riley. I'm a trainer, and yes, it is a bit odd that I would be training here. Anyway, it's always nice to meet another trainer. Here's a gift. And we get the HM for strength. Thanks, I guess. The hidden machine contains the move strength. Use it out of battle. You need to mine batch from Canalave Gym. Train inside. You can join me if you'd like. Actually, don't remember if you need strength in here. I certainly hope I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and spray Repel. You can find some new Pokemon in here. If you haven't gotten the Golbat, you can get a Golbat here. You can actually find Wild Steelix, which are really cool, but I'm not actually going to catch one because, as you've noticed, or maybe have not noticed, and you can go back and go and check if you want to make sure I'm not lying about this, but I actually have an empty slot in my party, and I should have switched up Linux. Whatever. Also, this thing has double it, which means it could have evolved, so... yeah, joke's on you, I guess. But, yeah, I actually have an empty slot in my party, and that's for something that we have to do here later. Or a little bit further up into a cave. You don't have to have an empty slot here, but it's highly recommended if you don't want to backtrack to the end of this cave. The Heavy Thunderbolt was actually a really good choice now that there's a Floatzel here. So, overall, this worked out pretty nicely. And goodbye, Floatzel. There goes. And beat Lawrence. I don't know why you're camping in a cave. I don't know if that even makes it camping, really, but... oh well. Let's just do it a little bit like that. Switch up the team all nice and proper, and there's no item in there. This is a Protector, which is used to evolve Rhydon, which you could have at this point, I guess, if you had a Rhyhorn on your team and you train it a bunch, or if you just randomly grinded up one to a Rhydon. If you're even more obsessive than I am with Pokédex stuff, then you could have gotten a Rhydon already, but I haven't. Mostly because that would be a pain in my ass, and there's a lot of stuff that's already enough of a pain as it is, without unnecessary grinding. If I can catch something, I will gladly take it. Because, yeah, as I implied there, I really do have to do a lot of grinding. And though I don't mind it, it still can get a little bit annoying at times, especially when you don't really have a good place to grind. But now that I have this place, quote-unquote unlocked, or at least I can access it now, it will be a lot easier to train stuff, because this is a better training place than below Salation, or possibly below Veilstone. Hey, please, maybe have a battle, please? At least something to lighten up this boring picnic with. Again, why are you picnicking next to a pile of steel girders, and what was with that transition? I don't think I've ever seen that. Why does Picnic or Summer get that special transition? Also, female Raichu has a gender difference. Its tail is missing the little point at the end. You can only barely notice it, but it's kind of like filed off. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, you probably would never notice that if you hadn't been told that. Whatever. I guess they felt that they had to keep it because Pikachu had one. Yet Pichu doesn't have one, so it just kind of grows a gender difference once it evolves. Then again, there's more Pokemon that just grow gender differences. Right. Surprised it took a second solo to take that thing down. But alas. There's alas. Actually, I think they're campers, as they said. Or picnickers, rather. The other one was a camper, but this was a picnicker. It's totally different from... what do you call them? Dingle hoppers. I don't know, whatever. I totally forgot what I was even gonna say, so... I said that because I couldn't find the word, and now I legit don't remember what I was gonna try to say, so... Pelworoth, I did not think so. Also, was this ledge useless, or is there actually an item here? Is it really useless? Why? Why would you do this? No, well. The working class hero says hi! Hi. Right. Magnemite. That's not what I thought you had. I thought you had rock types. Ugh. Hopefully Solar Beam will be enough to take you down. My computer is taking off by the sound of it. So that's kind of annoying, but whatever I can deal. Just shoot a beam of solar energy at this thing, and it would almost die. Magnet Bomb. It's kind of annoying. Hopefully Magical Leaf can take this out. Look at that one leaf is kind of dissolving into Cerise's head there. I don't know if you saw that. Somewhere around the middle. It's kind of weird looking. Sunlight is strong. What is your other Pokemon? Is it another Magnemite? Okay. I was sort of expecting that after you had that first one, and that's why I didn't go for Perish Song. No, Petal Dance. Jeez. I don't know what I'm talking about today. Okay, so... again. There we go. Yeah, Cerise goes level 37. Pretty sweet. And... Tail, which I'm not really going to be using. Again, Wrench can probably learn it, but again, I'm not actually going to teach it to Wrench. Alright, so while I'm making sure the lifts are safe, I'll focus on the battle with you. What lifts? There's exactly Actually, we passed one earlier, but I think, yeah, there's like 2 in this whole thing, and there's none in this room. And that's a Steelix. Steelix has weird teeth, because they, like... It's just a single row of teeth, and half of them are on the top, and half of them are on the bottom of its mouth. Wouldn't that, like, hurt? Because it's, like, chewing... It's, like, biting its gums every time it closes its mouth. Especially if it, like, closes its mouth, like... too roughly, I don't know. I'm just saying that would hurt. Then again, I think its gums would be made of steel, so... It's not like it matters. That's the second hidden star piece we found. Not that I'm complaining, because again, I can change that for shards. But it's just kind of odd. Go down here. And it's you. Kevin, I'm glad to see you here. If you don't mind, let's team up. The Pokemon here seem to be restless. Well, you know, they make these wonderful little things called repels that allow you to avoid Pokemon. Hurry, good hiker gets a boost of energy when surrounded by boulders. Roar! Coming at you. Let me blow off some steam. When you're up in the mountains, a battle due for proper greeting. Is this actually a mountain? I guess it is, because we went uphill a little bit, but... Oh well. Yeah, we've had areas like this before. We had, Cheryl in the Eternal Forest, then we had Mira in the, Wayward Cave. Here we have Lucario, which... I'm sure even people who don't really care about Pokemon already know what it is, because it's... kind of likes to show up a lot. It's a fine Pokemon. It's just... I kind of wish other things kind of got attention sometimes, instead of just Lucario, and... Also Pikachu, but Pikachu is the official mascot. Lucario kind of isn't, and still is basically treated like one. It's kind of strange, in my opinion. So, like, at that point, they might as well just, like, make it, like, officially one of the mascots, but they just kind of don't. Like, it's not actually, like... It's weird. It's not actually, like, advertised outside the game, but it's always, like, in-game. It's always, like, the first thing to show up if they need something to please the fans. It's kind of an odd situation. Because it's not like there's a ton of merchandise for it, like there is for Pikachu, but... I don't know. It still feels like the game likes to... or the games like to centralize on it. Which, I suppose it's fine if you like it, but if you're just kind of neutral towards it, it can get kind of tiring, and that's basically my gripe with it. Because don't get me wrong, I like it fine. I had one sort of on my Pokemon Diamond team, because in that game I had a team that I went through the original game with, and then I, like, had a bunch of Pokemon that I like to have in my party after I beat the league, which weren't actually on my team, along with the Pokemon that actually were on my team, so it was kind of weird like that, but I want to say Lucario was one of that set. I don't remember if I've actually ever used one in a full playthrough. I think I might have. I don't know. I didn't enjoy the fact that you had to use one in X and Y. That it basically, well, not basically forced you, it did force you to use it. Because I wanted to, when I played that, spoiler, I guess, if you care about that sort of thing, when you get the Mega Stone and you have to fight, Corina? Is that her name? I don't remember. I think that's her name. When you have to fight her on top of the something tower, or the Hall of Mastery, or something like that. Something Tower Mastery? I don't know. Mark of Mastery. It's something along those lines. Not that last one. That last one was a joke, by the way, before anybody stabs me in the face about it. Yeah, that's what that term is. But yeah, when you go there, you have to fight her Mega Lucario, and you have to use your own Mega Evolution and prove that you're, like, fit to use it and all that, and it's all fantastical, and I'm like, okay, well, I got the Mega Stone for Venusaur, and I have my Venusaur here. Or, like, I think I got the Mega Stone for Venusaur. I don't know when you get... I don't remember when you got that, but... I think I had it, and I'm like, okay, I'm all prepared. Let's do this. And... it didn't let me use my Venusaur, which was on my team, and that just kind of disappointed me a lot, because I just had to use this Lucario, and I mean, it's fine, but I didn't really want to use that Lucario, and I felt like that was, I don't know, it kind of took away from that battle. I don't know why I'm ranting about this here, by the way, but I'm fighting more Machops and Machokes, so, and other rock types. These are not rock types, what the other things are. So yeah, not much to say about this here. But yeah, it kind of took away from that battle, which was disappointing because there was a lot of frickin' build-up to it throughout basically the whole game up to that point, which was quite a while. And then it just kind of, I don't know, you had to use Lucario, which was actually a legitimately challenging fight, and by legitimately challenging fight, I mean that it basically came down to luck from what I remember, because she has the same exact Lucario as she forces you to use, and they're basically equal to each other, so basically whoever gets in the first move, because Mega Lucario is overpowering like that, whoever got in the first move basically won, I think. Or whoever was the faster one, basically won. So yeah, that battle was a lot of fun. It's also not fun when you're trying to do like a solo run and you just have to randomly use this Lucario. I don't really know why that happened. And then there's Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where they just kind of halfway through the game, they're like, oh hey, by the way, have this frickin' Latios, which I was not very fond of, to say the least. That's expressing it very, modestly, I suppose. I don't know, I'm trying to find a word, but I can't really find it. But yeah, that certainly was something. I don't know, I'm not gonna use this video to rant about, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, though I could, because I wasn't really a fan of those games. They were alright, but Hoenn kind of, I don't know, I really liked the Hoenn games, and I was massively disappointed with the remakes. I don't know. Again, I'll get into that in some other point, because that's even more irrelevant. At least the Lucario thing was sort of relevant, but yeah. Then again, there's not really any time that I would talk about the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire. But alas. But yeah, I think saying the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire kind of pinpointed my issue with the fact that they were a remake of Ruby and Sapphire instead of using everything that Emerald improved on, which was a lot of things. I don't know. Well, I said that I wouldn't talk about my issues with that game, but here I am, and I'm doing it, so yeah, basically, I don't know, if I have to say it in short, it's just the fact that despite them always being set to be Ruby and Sapphire remakes, I was kinda hoping that they were Emerald remakes, or at least okay, you know how in Heart Gold and Soul Silver they kind of incorporated stuff from Emerald because, yeah, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver they incorporated stuff from Emerald. From Crystal, I mean. Like, they had the whole Suicune thing. They should have copied having Sneasel in the Ice Path, but that's another story entirely. But yeah, they had other things too. They just had some things from, like, they didn't have to take a lot, but they had some changes that Crystal made, and they kept them, as opposed to just reverting back to Gold and Silver in its entirety. Obviously, some Pokemon placement they couldn't keep, like Sneasel is not one of those, but obviously they couldn't put, both, like, Teddy or Phanpy on the same route. I guess that would kind of, clash with version exclusives, even though I don't know if they were actually locations like that. Power plays are shared among Pokemon. That was kind of boring. But yeah, I don't know. Can't really think about the things that it did, but I know that it took some changes from Crystal and incorporated them, and the Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire kind of did no such thing. And I don't know. I'm very bad at putting my thoughts into words, but I don't know, I hate to kind of say this, but honestly, for a while, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire kind of killed my interest in the series for a little bit, which obviously has been rectified since then, because here I am playing Pokemon. But I don't know, like, I just really... If I have to pick my least favorite playthrough, and I've done a lot of Pokemon playthroughs, trust me, but it's probably going to be my Omega Ruby one, and it's sad because I really like my team. I had a whole, like, I don't know, I had a whole, like, revisit to my original team from back in the day, with some slight changes because I had a really big emphasis on water types in that one. But yeah, I like that, and I was gonna have multiple teams even, and I was gonna complete the Pokedex and do all that stuff, and I just lost interest after a while. To be fair to the game, I don't think releasing on the same day as the new Smash Brothers really helped its case, but oh well. Oh, and then there's the fact that my whole experience kind of got soured by the fact that I pre-ordered it at a certain store. I would say that will go unnamed, but it won't mean anything to you anyways. But yeah, basically, I had to order it at a certain store. It was a toy store, I think. That if you ordered it there, you would get DNC with your game. So, or a code to download DNC. You know how it works. So I was like, alright, I don't usually order anything here, but, you know, I do want DNC because Pokedex, and I just kind of want it in general. So, you know what, let's get a DNC. Let's order Alpha Sapphire at that store. So, I do so, and, I go, like, it rolls around to, what was it, November, like, 23rd or something? Something along those lines. Also, he only has a Lucario, so I'm all alone here. Guess I'm gonna use Goomy, who has a multi-targeting move. But yeah, rolls around to November 20 whatever, and I go to the store one day, and I turn out to be too late. I was there in time, it wasn't their closing time yet, and the store was already closed, so I'm like, well, that frickin' sucks, and I think that was on a Friday. So basically, it rolls over into the next week, and I visit them again, this time on time, and I go there, and I'm like, oh hey, I ordered my game, and they're like, alright, so they get the game for me, and it's all fine and dandy. And then they give me the game, and that's just kind of it, and I'm like, well, are you not forgetting something? I mean, there kind of was that whole, oh, I forgot about... Okay, well, at least it's weak to ice as well, and actually, never mind, that fixed my, sunny day problem. But yeah, so I asked them about the codes, and they were like, oh, we ran out of those. And I would have, like, I was about ready to flip my shit at that point, because there was no, like, warning about them running out, and I guess what they did is, instead of just giving them away with pre-orders, they just gave them to any old schmuck who came up to them and was like, hey, I want one of those pre-order codes. So yeah, I didn't have the Yancy. I ended up directly contacting Nintendo, getting one anyways, and there was an event later, but yeah. I get it now. You're responsible for agitating the Pokémon. I don't care what good reason you may have, but I don't want you bringing any trouble to the mine. We're Team Galactic. We take all Pokemon we want. Isn't that right, partner? You said it, brother, so what we're gonna do? We're abducting all the Pokemon from this rusted-out island. The shared joys of all sorrows. That's how all trainers and Pokemon live in Sinnoh. I won't allow you to defy that code of ethics. Come on, Kevin, this is one battle we can't lose. Yeah, don't really know why Team Galactic's here, but hey, when have I ever known why these guys do anything? Let's see what they glad me out. Let's hope that he goes for the Zubat, but knowing this Lucario, he probably won't, because the partner AI is kind of shit. But yeah, that was my story about the DNC. Can't imagine that helped me, or that helped my experiences with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which is not really fair, because obviously that wasn't the game's fault, but wow, that was a critical hit air cutter, which is super effective on me. Wow, that's just kind of upsetting. Oh well, so leave me with the Korgunk. I don't know. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are not bad games. I don't know, I didn't like them as much as I should have. Or as I didn't like them as much as I wanted to like them. Because that's the whole issue here, is that I wanted to like them. They were just really disappointing in my opinion. I don't know what my deal is, but okay, I was about to say, don't attack the Chrono. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered to both. Actually, no, Zubat is 4 times resistant to it. Whatever. But yeah, I think I talked about that enough now. I don't know if I reach my conclusion in full. But yeah. I definitely tried, and oh, actually, I should address this. Yes, I did just finish up Emerald when I first played that, but that really shouldn't have mattered with my enjoyment of the game, especially since it was a remake that I had never touched, and it did have some new content. But yeah, I'm playing this game right now, Platinum. Even though, like, I just came off of beating Pokemon Pearl when recording this, and I'm doing this all again. And I've been watching people play Pokemon Platinum, so yeah, there's definitely been enough Pokemon Platinum in my life, and yet here I am really enjoying the game because I like it. I don't know what my problem is with the 6th gen Hoenn remix, but as opposed to the as opposed to the 4th gen Hoenn remix, God, that was a stupid statement, but yeah, don't know what my beef is exactly, but just don't really care for them that much. I don't outright hate them, but definitely can't say that I like them a lot. Which, as I said before, is disappointing in my opinion. But alas, wow. Okay, that was just a quick attack from the Lucario. That wasn't even a fighting move or anything else. That was quick attack. And it just took out the Houndour in one hit.
Stop! I said stop! Your combination is so sick. You both of us and your Pokemon. Let's beat it, partner. You said it, brother. I don't even know what Team Galactic's big plan is.
Because he said brother, I should have made him have a different voice, but whatever. Thanks, you really helped me out. Listen, I have a Pokemon egg here. Will you take it with you? Yeah, because that's why I left that empty slot in my party. Alright. And my repel wore off, which I kind of don't appreciate. Though with a little bit of luck, if I run into something, I will run into the thing that I need. Eh? Yeah! Okay, I do kind of need this. Probably should not show this on screen, but eh. It's a wild Steelix. This used to be a rare occasion, because I want to say this was the first trade evolution you could find in the wild. They had stone evolutions before. There was Raichus in Cerulean Cave back in red or blue? Red, because blue had Magmar. Wait, no. No, it was blue. Red had Electabuzz in Cerulean Cave, I think. I don't know yet. One of them had a wild Raichu is what I'm saying. And I think there might have been more stone evolutions in the wild. Actually, that might have been it. I don't really know. I don't think you generally find wild Starmie and Cloyster. Come Generation 5 and 6 to a like bigger extent, you did start finding them a lot, and we caught a Steelix. Yeah, and I don't think you caught trade evolutions in the wild before, but there's Gengar through the Dongle method, which is post-game stuff, technically, so its body, it is thought its body transforms as a result of iron accumulating internally from swallowing soil. Okay, a nickname, but yeah, I think this is the first evolve through trade while holding an item Pokemon you encounter in the wild, and just generally evolve from trade, because as I said, Gengar is technically post-game, so this one would technically come first. So, yeah, whatever, don't care about this Graveler. I should really spray another Repel. I've actually found the shiny Steelix in here before. Not in this specific room, but in Iron Island. It's cool, it's gold looking instead of silver looking. Here's the shiny stone that is supposed to be your first, but it wasn't. Also, I have to check something. How is this egg doing even? Okay, it doesn't seem close to hatching. Oh no, now you discovered that I'm recording this June 11th. Whatever will I do? I'll find a metal coat and call it a day, I suppose. I should really call it a day because we're just about done here. My voice is just about cracking up. I actually believe there's Pelipper in here, so you know what? I'll take the boat trip back. I'm gonna look for a Pelipper first, and yeah. So for now, I'm gonna thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time when we're gonna take on the Canalave Gym. So, bye for now.